Namaskaram, the South Indian is here. You know, every party will go on and on about dynastic politics, whether it's the Congress, even in the BJP, if you see what's happening in Karnataka. See, Yediyurappa's son Vijendra has taken over the reins. Whether it is Telangana, of course, there is, one whole dynasty sitting there so far as the erstwhile chief minister is concerned, and now even in Andhra Pradesh. So, politicians may talk about dynastic politics, but when it comes to power within the family, they are all the same. It is most certainly going to be a heavy duty clash between siblings in Andhra Pradesh for the impending assembly elections slated for this year. I am turning to camera 1 because I will show you who these siblings are. So, ladies and gentlemen, meet the siblings. YS versus YS, as in Jagan Mohan Reddy versus Sharmila. Taking on Chief Minister YS Jagan Mohan Reddy will be his sister YS Sharmila, who took over as chief of the Congress party in Andhra Pradesh today. That it shall only be Sharmila to take over the reins of the party actually gained credence when Andhra Pradesh Congress Committee, that is APCC chief Gidugu Rudraraju, resigned from his post on Monday. The resignation of Raju also fueled curiosity because he was all set to lead a voter outreach program from 20th of January onwards, but instead sent his resignation to Congress President Mallika Arjun Kharge. Raju gave no reasons. He was totally quiet about why he had quit, etc. Now, sources within the party said he did not attribute any real reasons for his resignation, as in he wasn't angry, it wasn't as if he was not getting his due. So, if one read carefully the tea leaves, it became very clear on 4th January itself, when Sharmila merged her party, YSR Telangana party, with the Congress, that things are going to change. She said, and I quote her here, "It gives me immense joy that the YSR Telangana party is going to be a part of the Indian National Congress from today onwards, that YSR Telangana party is not going to be separate anymore from the Congress. Party gives me great delight." Making a reference to her late father, YS Rajasekhara Reddy, who was Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Sharmila said, and I quote her, "YS Rajasekhara Reddy, the legendary leader of the Telugu people, not only served the Congress party all his life, but also gave his life serving the Congress party. And today, it would give him great joy that his daughter is following in his footsteps and is going to be a part of the Congress party." In the story, what followed later was, of course, Rudraraju's resignation and also his comment after Sharmila joining the party that he would welcome any position that she was given. Now, the feud between the siblings, Jagan and Sharmila, has witnessed many twists and turns and can be traced back to the time when Jagan had a fallout with the Congress, which led to the formation of the YSRCP in 2011. Sharmila was named the national convener, but politics came between the brother and sister, and from then to now, it has been brewing and boiling and simmering. On a personal level, this Reddy saga began back in 2009 following YSR death in 2009 and kept coming up many times. So, the question is, will YS Sharmila succeed in reviving the fortunes of the Congress in Andhra Pradesh, where the party was once invincible, a monolithic party? Will she be able to take on the popularity of her brother, her Anna? Let's debate. The guest joining me on the show is Sai Shekhar, senior journalist, political analyst is here. Shyam Prasad Meka, who is from the Congress party, that is also a political analyst, is here. Anurag Naidu, political analyst, and KV Prasad, senior journalist, is here. Namaskaram to all of you. I hope all of you are doing very well. Sai Shekhar, if you go back, I mean, there is ancient history, medieval history, recent history when it comes to Andhra Pradesh. So, isn't it true that for the longest time, the Congress in Andhra Pradesh, had no unity. There was infighting. It was all in a shambles. No one knew what the other was doing, and also there was complete lack of communication between leaders such as Tulsi Reddy, Sheikh Mastan Wali and Shailaja Nath. Now, do you think someone like YS Sharmila will be able to bring all the factions together and work as a fulcrum, Sai Shekhar? This is going to be the toughest task, and also The report card is so bad. You know, they've got big zeros, no, in the last election. So, how do you think she has it in her to do this cleansing, Swachh Abhiyan as it's called?
Asha, at the outset, let me greet my friend Mr. Shyam Prasad Meka, happy Sankranti. KV Prasad Garu, it's a long time since I met him, my senior colleague in the Hindu. And well, now coming to your question.
How come you don't greet me? Sai, that's wrong.
You have been greeted yesterday, madam.
What is this? Okay, go on.
And
Okay.
I say, now coming to your question. There is a, as you rightly said, there is a Neolithic history, medieval history, and current time and all. Yeah, the saga of YSR family also goes like that. Sharmila announced that she was the arrow shot by her brother Jagan when Jagan was incarcerated. And Jagan's parting ways with the Congress was not on political differences or ideological differences. On the face of it, it was the denial of the Congress, the position which he claimed to inherit from his father, late father. Soon after his father's demise, either Jagan has organized, which was not proven, and some enthusiasts have come forth and taken up the signature campaign in favor of Jagan to be made the chief minister. Whatever, Jagan was pitched as the chief ministerial candidate from YSR family to inherit his legacy, which was not allowed by the Congress. As far as Congress is concerned, it's only one family that should be at the helm. So, you know which family I am talking about. So, the only second time, only a few occasions when, you know, progeny have been encouraged was S.B. Chavan's son Ashok Chavan. After several years of S.B. Chavan's demise, Ashok Chavan was made the chief minister in Maharashtra. And for the first time in the history of Andhra Pradesh Congress Committee, that is since 1956, former APCC's president's progeny has been elevated to a similar position, and that way YSR was rewarded posthumously by elevating his daughter to the position of Andhra Pradesh Congress Committee chief, number one. Number two, Sharmila's announcement you were talking about, that YSR Telangana party will be merged with the Congress. Where was that party? What was it doing? Who was elected on its behalf, at least even to a Mandal Parishad or a Jilla Parishad?
But she signed out, no, Sai? She said, I don't want to.
No, she signed out only very recently, but then where was her party? It was non-existent. And she has conducted, you know, surprisingly more than 3,600 kilometers of Padayatra in Telangana and spewed venom against KCR, KTR and all. And she called Revanth Reddy names, and she called him Donga, a thief.
Yeah, a thief.
As in her capacity as YSR Telangana party chief, and she has been acting up with her brother ever since he became the chief minister. Maybe nobody has explained to the people why she had parted ways with Jagan. Neither Jagan's side nor Sharmila herself has come forth to clarify what were the reasons for her rift with her brother. And Jagan's party, when they refer to, like Sajjala Ramakrishna Reddy and others, when they refer to Sharmila, they call her Sharmilamma. They say, showing her utmost respect, the kind of respect they show towards the entire family. And so for that reason, nobody knows why she has parted ways, but then presumably as an analyst, I understand that it could be political aspirations and business aspirations, which Jagan did not want to happen at this point in time, for the simple reason that he wanted he wanted to claim a clean image and run the show in the first term. So perhaps that was the reason. And now coming to your actual question, whether Sharmila will be able to rejuvenate the party, which is in a complete disarray, and which came a cropper in the state. I have my own reservations. But
you have your reservation.
Sharmila can cut into Jagan's vote bank by at least 2.5 to 3%, and that will sound death knell to Jagan Mohan Reddy's party.
Shyam Prasad Meka, you know, change is a constant and change is very good, it's very welcome. But you know, imagine Y.S. Sharmila, who went to town, you know, criticizing the Congress in the strongest words, you know, accusing them of several things, like, you know, in reference to her late father, in reference to corruption, in reference to family rule, when her brother was in jail. We remember what Y.S. Sharmila did. Even recently, like, you know, what Sai Shekhar said, that, you know, calling someone Revant Reddy Donga, thief, you know, in Telugu, I mean, that's a bit much. I mean, but then in politics, everything goes. My whole question is, do you expect this same person to revive and resurrect the Congress in Andhra Pradesh?
Okay, first of all, happy Sankranti to
Happy
all your
Sankranti.
viewers, to you and Sai Shekhar to you as well. Okay, let me take a punch on my chin and stay calm. Okay, so I won't deny some of the allegations you or Sai Shekhar made. Yes, in politics, these allegations will come. These doubts will come. But look at that. So Y.S. Sharmila is the daughter of our most respected leader of Congress party. And she's always welcome to the party. So she was a loyal soldier to her brother earlier. And she would be a loyal Congress worker now. So I don't see any problem. Congress party, yes, many people will go out, come back. Yes, that's how Congress party is. At least that phenomena we are used. Okay. So now the question is, it's not about individual instances of, oh, okay, now how Sharmila and Jagan will face each other, these things. This is politics. All the same analysts and same people never questioned when Purandareswari is the chief of BJP, while TDP is there from the NTR family. Whether you like it or not, I don't like it. There are two families that are very powerful in Andhra Pradesh. That is YSR family and NTR family. I don't like it. I'm telling you very frankly, being a congressman. Look at the overall scenario, right? There are 4 parties, 2 regional and 2 national. And 4 parties are headed by people from 2 families.
But I just wanted you to weigh in on her caliber, Shyam. I mean, you know.
No, wait.
What is her caliber? Why is the Congress risking it? You've got 2 states in the south in your pocket. You know, this one is rather tough. Yeah, go on.
I'm coming to. So that's the general commentary on the social condition of our country.
Okay.
So leave that. Now coming to your question. So about her caliber. Oh yes, she is very capable. She has the fire in her belly. She has showed it. Because from the word go, everybody knows this is a no game in Telangana. She backed herself, did some work, completed her Padayatra, fought very hard, which is beyond odds. And she's stuck with her belief.
You know, sure, all that is fine.
She has a good political
Yeah, but I'm not getting the juice on it, Shyam. You know that this. I mean, I can also, I mean, the thing is that we can, if we want to look it from the prism of, oh, she's YSR's daughter, she's someone who went for a Padayatra, she's somebody who can stand there and face as many brickbats. She's been rather decent, you know, in public when it comes to her Anna, you know, her older brother, things like that. But elections is a different beast altogether. You know, it requires way back. And I'm going to take a break right now, and then please stay. I'm going to come back and then speak with Anurag Naidu, so political analyst, and then of course go to KV Prasad. Thank you for your patience. Ladies and gents.
Ram's Ayodhya rebuilt. Ram Lala's Pran Pratishtha. Countdown to January 22nd. Dateline Ayodhya. Catch the mega coverage only on News9 Live.
And I am back, the South Indian is back, and we are discussing bias versus bias. It's almost like a soap opera. Brother fighting the sister on a question that I'm going to now ask Anurag Naidu. Anurag Naidu, tell me something. Like I told Shyam Prasad, my friend, that fighting elections is a different beast altogether. You can be very noble, you can be very cunning, you can be whatever. But to get someone to vote, the ballot box is a tough cookie, to crumble. I'm asking you, there you have Jagan Mohan Reddy, who looks today invincible, as it were, right? Let's face fact. The only thing that Y.S. Sharmila has in common with Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy is the father's legacy, Rajasekhara Reddy. But then Jagan has already taken over that. Whether it is about, the pension for the farmers, the kind of medical revolution that Y.S. Rajasekhara Reddy brought for the poor. How do you think Y.S. Sharmila will be able to seize or grab a slice of her father to fight these elections, Anurag Naidu?
First of all, thank you for having me on the show, Sudha.
Thank you.
It's indeed a pleasure. So, Sudha, look, you asked a very pertinent question, and elections are a totally different ballgame, particularly in states like Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and of course, a bit of Telangana and Karnataka as well. Because there are institutionalized politics. That means it runs more from, you need a lot of muscle when you get into the politics. You need winnable candidates. You need a lot of machinery on ground working for you to get yourself or get some people elected. We have seen what happened to, the stars like Pawan Kalyan's party. The last election, he lost both the seats, although he had a healthy vote share, but he could not win. Winnability is a very, very important factor. I strongly believe, it's too late and too little for this election at least. Because as you rightly said, Jagan Mohan Reddy with 151 MLAs in the assembly out of 175, I think he's got everything that is possible, with him. He's got muscle, he's got money, he's got institutions, he's got system. And of course, not to forget, he has proved himself to be an election machine on the last two elections, 2014 and 2019, where Congress merely could get 2.8% in 2014 and 1.2% in 2019. So, what you have to understand is the only ray of hope for Sharmila in the long term, if you leave out this election, would be the possible defections that we see from YSR Congress, because YSR Congress is perhaps going to change close to 80, 90 MLAs out of 175 candidates. So it's going to, even just now, we have information already surfacing out of the three lists that have been published, that 59 MLAs have already been replaced. That means there is a lot of disenchantment because Jagan Mohan Reddy chooses to go with the data given by IPAC, and then you have people like Alla Ramakrishna Reddy, who is quite popular at Mangalgiri, joining Congress. You need to wait and see how many people, even, in the case of Ramakrishna Reddy, although he said that he's going to join the Congress, but he's never mentioned that will he be contesting this election or not. That means it's clearly mentioning that, yes, they are in a position to rebuild the party. And not to forget, so the very important point,
quickly,
both Mr. Naidu and Mr. Jagan, both Mr. Naidu and Jagan are having this hectic, meetings in their offices, finalizing the candidate. But Sharmila is busy in the festivities of the family. Clearly, the priority is not this election.
All right. Okay, Mr. KV, I'm sorry, I'll have to give the others. KV Prasad, sir, a very warm welcome on the show.
Thank you.
Mr. Prasad, the thing is that a lot of people, our experts, are also saying that, look, the people of Andhra Pradesh will show sympathy and empathy towards Sharmila. Here is the image of a woman who's been isolated, who's standing alone. Her brother has rejected her. I'm using these dramatic words because that drama was created, as we know. Vijayamma is also standing on one way. Do you think, are these reasons enough for Y.S. Sharmila to even, first of all, get the Congress cadre together and then somehow make an impact during elections? Don't you think these are very superficial and flimsy reasons? Mr. Prasad.
Good evening, Sudha Garu, and let me join my fellow panelists in wishing you and the viewers happy Sankranti. As you know, in Delhi, we are experiencing cold waves, so you might as well feel a little overdecked for the evening. Nonetheless, to come to your question in particular, I think, listen, if I take from what you just started in the beginning, Congress was zero, right?
Yes.
So they're starting from scratch. So they have nothing to lose except to come up, whatever they do. One, they don't have a face which probably would have got them any number of votes beyond what they have already got in the kitty. Number three, if you look at it, the fact that The Congress has a certain amount of vote share which it lost over the last 2 elections to YSR party. Now, if there is a sense of disenchantment, as a fellow panelist mentioned, 59 MLAs are likely to change, that obviously shows the anti-incumbency is at play. And Mr. Jagan Reddy is very, very receptive to the idea that he needs to change faces.
Okay.
So the Congress will have to tap into those angles. Now, to get that and to get the ball rolling, to get it. So here is an antidote to what Jagan is, because Jagan's popularity has been well established and proven, and 151 seats in the last elections was a huge, huge margin of victory. Today, the Congress, starting from ground zero, has nothing to lose but try and do the best it can make of a bad bargain it was in a position. Now, it doesn't have a winnable candidate or a winnable face is not easy.
But it seems like, but you can't have a compromise, Mr. Prasad. I say you don't have a face.
Well, the question is, the question is, I agree. Compromise is, politics is the art of possible, ma'am. That is what it's all about. I mean, you cannot ever say something. I mean, I have seen in the last 30 years of having politics, both at national and state levels, leaders whom we think are nowhere suddenly come back into the reckoning and come back in a way and you can't even imagine. I can tell
Fantastic. You've given me Mr. Prasad, you've given me a talking point. Thank you for that, Mr. Prasad. We'll come back to you. Sai Shekhar, you know what Revanth Reddy did in Telangana, right? It was in a shambles, the party, right? Even 3 months before you and I have been on shows, there was so much of infighting. Revanth Reddy actually created magic. Whatever said and done, I'm not only talking about the victory, Sai. I'm talking about his ability to say, look, everyone, we have to do it. He grinned and bore it. You know, he was tolerating a lot. Do you think YS Sharmila has that quality? Because Revanth Reddy I mean, you should, apparently Revanth Reddy said, let her not come into Telangana Congress, Baba. Let her go wherever she goes. Apparently Revanth Reddy did not want her in the party. So first question is, do you think Sharmila has, like Mr. Prasad was saying, you know, the quality of Revanth Reddy? And don't you think? No.
No. My answer is a simple no. Because Revanth Reddy has nursed his role within the Congress. He's a rabble-rouser. And, you know, he amassed a lot of popular support within the Congress and outside the Congress, despite the dissensions. And Revanth Reddy could convince successfully the Congress leadership that, you know, he's the man, he's the go-to man. And he has achieved it. And Revanth Reddy's success is, even though we were talking about, Revanth Reddy's effort coming a cropper 3 months before the polls, the writing on the wall was actually hazy, but not, though not clear, it was hazy that Revanth Reddy is going to dent the prospects of the BRS. And Revanth Reddy has nursed the party. With the Bharat Jodo Yatra, Rahul Gandhi did not get the kind of attention he ought to have got, but Revanth Reddy got. And
all right, okay.
Eventually he has done his own yatra. Mallu Bhatti has done his own yatra.
Fine. So
Congress
you are saying
has done groundwork.
Okay.
And Sharmila has not done any groundwork as of now.
Sham is nodding very vehemently. Sham, I am 3 minutes to the break. Can you just tell me what do you have to say? Because you were just going on and on. No. So what is the no about?
See, very simple thing is politics is the art of possibilities. You just need to
just
believe
stole
in,
Prasad's line.
Right? Right, and then you just need to dug your heels in. It's a homecoming for Sharmila. It's not difficult for Congress to accept her because
does she have Revanth Reddy's talent?
No, I will tell you. I'll tell you. Everybody has their own talent. Okay. Now the point is, I'm very happy that a woman has got a shot at power. Okay, may not be in this election, but the next election, in the Andhra Telangana politics. A woman has got a real clear shot at power, and a woman stood up, and a party is backing her, and she is the daughter of our beloved leader, and she has everything on her plate. She can make it.
No, but why again, not? It is all, you can say that, you know, she can make it, she's good, all politically correcting. But you are not giving me any solid reasons why. At least Revanth Reddy is a rabble rouser, I say. There was a charge on him. He was someone who's a street fighter. Like Mamata Banerjee is a street fighter.
You don't know how much rabble Sharmila can rouse.
It is.
You don't know yet.
Okay, so maybe
she gave KCR a run for his money. She is one of the reasons for BRS to lose their faith in Telangana. Do you know that?
That's why she signed out of the elections, Shyam Prasad Mekha. This is the reason why she said, I will sit out. Come on, she was playing 12th man. No, that doesn't seem. No,
She sat out. She did her job. She sat out. She carved her political path. That's what she is doing. The politicians can be only analyzed. They cannot be second guessed, Sudha. Politicians know their game plan very well ahead of any of the analysis.
All right. So, I mean, this time around, Sai Shekhar was the one who said, no. I like these between these two friends. No, yes. Tell me, am I supposed to take a break, guys? Should I? Yeah, I'm taking a break. Coming back then and talking to both Sai as well as the other guests. Please don't go away. Stay with us.
Yes, the scale of the attack surprised us.
When you get a series of alerts, 16 intelligence alerts, if Maharashtra government at that time had alerted the Coast Guard and the Navy, this 2611 would not have happened at all.
And one of the details they had planned was to use these dhagas to mislead the investigative agencies.
All this was to be presented as a Hindu terror.
So it was a Pakistan operation. The LET was the front end.
As the attacks were on, it was clear that they were planned and launched from Pakistani territory.
For all of those victims of terror that was exported from Pakistan over the years, including but not limited to 2611.
This and more, streaming on world's first news OTT, News9 Plus. Download now.
जानना है तो देखिए, समझना है तो सुनिए, सीखना है तो पूछिए और कमाना है तो खरीदिए। जानकारी, सलाह और निवेश सब एक ही सुपर ऐप पर। पैसे का सवाल है तो जवाब है Money9। आजादी पैसे की, अभी डाउनलोड करें।
It was my 14th birthday.
On birthday, daughter waits
for missing father.
He was carrying a cake for his daughter.
49-year-old Birmingham-based
Indian diplomat vanishes.
He was grabbed and bundled into a car by 4 assailants.
KLA claims responsibility. Demands Kashmiri separatists.
Makbul Bhatt's release.
Goli maro, aur फेंक दो.
And within 3 days, they shot him dead.
Abducted diplomat.
Found murdered in Leicestershire.
I said, who ordered to kill him? To me, he said, yes, I ordered it.
And he never came home.
Stop searching. Start streaming. Download the world's first news OTT, News9 Plus, ahead of the curve.
Namaskaram, the South Indian is here after a break. That's what we're talking about. Bias versus bias. One brother and one sister. Let me now go to the experts and let me first get Mr. Prasad on the screen. Mr. Prasad, tell me something. Let's talk about your numbers and if, you know, if her ability notwithstanding, you know, do you think that she's, if she evolves, let's say, she matures, do you think that she'll be able to cut the votes of Jagan Mohan Reddy, because that seems to be, as of now, as of today, seems to be kind of impossible. But then she may cut into the votes of, the TDP, Janasena, BJP group, and which is actually will prove advantageous for her Anna, no, Jagan Mohan Reddy. So it's kind of a bit convoluted. Would you agree?
Well, as the dynamics appear now, let's take it this way.
Yeah.
We have the incumbent party, that is the YSR Congress, which is in a very, very firm and entrance position, number one, pole position. Number two, if there's any challenger who probably was a challenger and remains to be a challenger, was the TDP, which is still trying and find out its own feedback the way it had lost ground. Remember, we all know TDP had tied with the Congress the previous elections, Lok Sabha, and it didn't work. It didn't do a wonder for either of them. And if you move on, the Congress, being nowhere, wants to come back into the game, come back into the reckoning. The Congress has, as we all know, certain vote bank, which has been committed set of voters, but they drifted away, largely went on the YSR Congress way. We all know Sharmila did play a role in the initial phase 2012 and 2014, which actually is well recorded for me to even go on about it.
Right.
So she has seen and understands the political temperament and how a political climate can be worked in favor, right? So that kind of a expression, and she has that fair understanding. Now, will that be able to be translated into the Congress party, which has put faith in her? Number one, as you pointed on the show, also to try and bring back the party's diverse groups together and make them work as a group.
Yes.
That is a challenge which remains to be addressed, and I'm sure she and the party leadership, when I say party leadership, both at whatever is available at the state level and with the guidance of the central level. Remember 2004, if you remember, Rajshekar Reddy himself was facing a lot of challenges within the party, and that time Ghulam Nabi Azad he was General Secretary in charge of Andhra Pradesh. I think my fellow panelists may also recall that. He actually took every leader in a bus and traveled to a length and breadth of wherever they need to travel, just to present a picture of unity.
Right.
Now, so political parties do come up with their own strategy.
Right, but the times have changed also. Lot of water under the Godavari and Krishna,
But the leaders have also changed because of the time.
Right. So let me, Anurag Naidu, we've been going on and on about how the South is now BJP Mukt. There is no BJP, and it's almost like that we got rid of them. The thing is that the win of the Congress in Telangana was also attributed to the win in Karnataka. It was a fabulous victory by the Congress. But we forget that there were two stalwarts there, D.K. Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, not in that order, but the two of them. In Telangana, Revanth Reddy did what was really impossible. Do you think that this breeze, this wave, this kind of, it will also percolate down to Andhra Pradesh, that the people of Andhra Pradesh may perhaps, there is still time, if they also announce guarantees, etc., maybe YS Sharmila will mold herself in due course of time, Anurag Naidu, or you think it's not possible at all?
No, I think, Sudha, look, it's absolutely not possible at this point in time, because, even if I buy into the argument of Mr. Prasad earlier saying that, and I find it very funny when you compare with Revanth Reddy. Look, okay, for once, let's understand, all the disenchanted MLAs from YSR Congress, they shift to Sharmila. You know who they represent? They represent the same vote bank that YSR Congress has been representing for so many years. And what is that vote bank? That is the old Congress vote bank. 98% of the YSR Congress leaders are the old Congress leaders who are contesting or who are shifted to YSR Congress. So they represent a chunk of vote bank, which is going to be, which she probably might dent a few percent of it, which may lead, otherwise for YSR Congress party, but it is going to only brighten the prospects of TDP and Janasena. But, the question is, when you said BJP is wiped out, let me understand, I really don't understand. According to me, they've done a very good performance in Telangana. And if you actually look at the data, Sudha, close to 28 seats either have won or they were close number 2.
No, Anurag, but this is, the topic is not about the Bharatiya Janata Party. I'll have a show on them, but this is about YS Sharmila able to do it. I did a show about how the BJP did well.
I'm coming to that. I was just coming to that, Sudha.
Coming
to that, Sudha. Just because BJP, just because Congress
Oh Lord, I think
Cave.
we will, there he is. I mean, Anurag's connection needs to be better. I think we apologize to Anurag. We'll get him back on screen. You know, Sai Shekhar, let me come to you. You were vehemently like saying no, no, no when our friend Shyam Prasad Meka was talking. Would you like to?
I have a point to make. When he was mentioning who objected to Purandeshwari's, being made the BJP chief. Purandeshwari has exhausted herself in 2009 was the last election when she was in reckoning, thanks to Dr. Y.S. Rajashekar Reddy, not because of her own popularity or anything like that. And Purandeshwari is now, as the BJP president, is mollycoddling to and kowtowing to Chandrababu Naidu. Even though she postures herself as anti-Chandrababu Naidu, it is not true. She is, totally in support of Chandrababu Naidu. And in Andhra politics, I want to tell you, two exhausted bullets or shallow bullets are being loaded. One is by Chandrababu Naidu. Janasena was bundled out by the people of Telangana. They experimented here and he did not get he came a cropper. And nowhere they saved their deposits and it was a humiliation. And Sharmila was bundled out of the state by Revanth Reddy even before she fought an election. These two are exhausted or shallow bullets being loaded into their rifles. The fight is between Chandrababu Naidu and Y.S. Jagan Reddy, and it is as simple as that. Others don't matter in this election.
All right, okay. Shyam Prasad Meka, let me come to you. According to Sai, who has a firm hold on the politics of the two Telugu-speaking states, he says these are spent forces, both Purandeshwari as well as Sharmila. I want to ask you that, if you look at Janasena and Chandrababu Naidu, they are only speaking about, whenever they are together, they are only speaking about corruption. Jagan Mohan Reddy is very, very corrupt, he is not given this to them and that to them, etc. On what grounds do you think Y.S. Sharmila is going to kind of stand against her brother, apart from playing the victim card? I am a woman, so I am saying it. After a lot of thought, there is a victim card that we can play, and rather well, that oh, my brother doesn't care about me, I am all alone now. He's also been critical of my husband, brother Anil, so on and so forth. Tell me, give me some solid ground to stand on, my friend.
Sudha, I know how the play is going to be, but I'm not going to tell you, right? Obviously, you know. I also agree with our friend Sai Shekhar with his analysis. But the problem is, our friends like Sai Shekhar, who are reaped in the politics of regional parties, they don't see beyond the immediate election. Because for a regional party, you lose the immediate election, you are finished. That's not how the national parties work. Okay. So this is a long battle for Congress. And I'm not claiming that Sharmila is going to turn the tables on the 2024 elections. Right? So that's not how we approach our politics. At least the national parties will approach it differently. It's not a life and death thing for us just in the immediate election. That's not how we operate.
All right.
As the time goes, you wait and watch. And I cannot divulge everything to you at this moment when it itself is not solidified.
So, Mr. Prasad, I'll give the last word to you, sir. Do you think that Y.S. Sharmila, like you say, let's hope for it, but do you think that she is politically adept? Because at 2012, it's a long time ago, do you think she will stand there and give a good fight? Because elections is also about exciting fights to the Chief Minister, her brother, Jagan.
Well, as I said in the beginning, Congress and Sharmila have nothing to lose. They start from a scratch, right? So whatever they add will be addition to the kitty, both for the Congress party and for Sharmila herself as a political leader who is trying to make a comeback in Andhra, a state she had left willingly or whatever, political machinations. We don't know that. I'm not getting into it. But the fact remains, she is making a comeback. One, the Congress is backing her too. That's very clear. Number three, they obviously are coming in with a game plan. Whether the game plan will convert into enough votes and seats for them to make an effective opposition or even, but their voice in the assembly may be back. in a fashion it doesn't exist. That's what the hope is. Now, and lastly, I think as for when the election strategy and tactics roll on, we really don't know how the Congress is going to shape and attack Sharmila. Congress is going to attack the chief minister. Obviously, he'll be the person pulling all the punches against him. But Sharmila will also have to play a role in which the party would decide as to what kind of attack she is going to take. So I think we'll have to wait and watch here. Fair enough, but I just want to clarify the question I said when I said leaders spring back. I never used any equivalent to Mr. Revanth Reddy because I don't think it is fair to compare what happened in Telangana to Andhra, to Telugu-speaking states, but the ground politics of both states would be different as I see it. I think that's where I would like to put it.
Prasad, the context, I would like to please ask you one more question on that, is that the reference, the context was about bringing the cadre together, instilling some confidence in them, also, also giving them the confidence that they can go out and fight to victory.
Absolutely.
In that case, don't you think Revanth Reddy should be compared with Y.S. Sharmila, and Y.S. Sharmila is luckier?
No, because my fellow panelists took it otherwise. So I just want to a big quick clarification that my comparison, my anomaly was I have seen enough leaders at the national level and state levels who actually got bundled out in election after election, but sprung back to even become somebody very big at the union cabinet level. So I'm just saying, so politics, you don't write off anybody just like that. So that is one thing. Secondly, Mr. Revanth Reddy did wonders in Telangana. We all know it. Can Sharmila replicate? I really can't say that. Can that be compared? But yes, she has, and she faces a challenge. I'm sure she's aware that she needs the challenges to bring the party together and make sure she creates a position for herself and the Congress party if she wants to build a political future for herself and the state and the party.
So, but Sai Shekhar has, is raising his hand. And Sai, quickly, because in my ear, my producer is saying wrap up.
See, Sharmila has been in three parties in the last 5 years. She was with YSR Congress, then she launched her own startup, which was acquired by the Congress, and now she is with the Congress. And imagine a situation, hypothetical situation, where Jagan Reddy makes it back to power with about 120, 130 or 150 seats, whatever, in Andhra Pradesh, and calls his sister and says, "Chalo, this time I am conceding your demand and you go to Rajya Sabha on behalf of our party." Maybe she will fold up with the Congress and go back to her brother. Blood is thicker than water.
Let's see if blood is indeed thicker than water. On that note, Sai Shekhar, thank you very much, Mr. Prasad. Such a pleasure to have you on my show. Shyam Prasad Meka, thank you very much. And also thanks are due to Anurag Naidu. Unfortunately, we lost the connection, I beg your pardon, to Mr. Naidu. And the South Indian is coming back. I'm taking a break because there's lots more, so don't go away. To protest is a right when you live in a democracy. Indeed, you can protest, but there has to be a limit. And particularly if you are entering the field of politics, then you better set an example, or else, as always, people will, criticize you and you will get brickbats for behaving in an obnoxious manner on the streets. I am speaking in the context of Kerala. And that is what we are speaking about, Kerala Youth Congress protest. My God, I mean, when I saw it today, I actually jumped from my seat. And like I said, that the visuals that you are about to see on your screen is a message that protest of this kind is not only avoidable, but hugely objectionable. It's all looking very peaceful right now. Good. The issue was protest by Kerala Youth Congress against the arrest of its state president, Mam Kuttahil, who is in jail. The Youth Congress protest marches in Kasaragod and Alappuzha districts of the state. When protests got out of hand, then it was total anarchy and mayhem. See that on your screens. This is what mayhem looks like. Oh my God, this is what anarchy looks like. Youth Congress in Kerala, in Alappuzha, because their president has been under arrest. This is the kind of protest. These are youth to set an example. Now, the police was also seen using water cannons to prevent the protesters from reaching their destinations. The activists tried to bring down the barricades. The police was forced to stop them by water cannons. Soon, the protest turned violent. The police had to resort to lathi charge to disperse the protesters. I mean, this is the kind of mayhem that was created. These are political parties setting such a obnoxious example for the people at large. There were also women, ladies and gentlemen. Later they were seen lying injured on the ground because the police had lathi charged. Police personnel were also reportedly injured in the alleged stone pelting by Youth Congress activists. The Youth Congress, of course, said that they were beaten mercilessly by the police without any provocation. If that is no provocation, then I am sorry, what is? Of course, the usual allegations were made about how women activists were beaten by male police personnel, etc., etc. But this is no way to protest. And Kerala being the most literate state, and Kerala being politically very active and very proactive rather, if this is what you see on the screen, then God save them. And before I say goodbye to you, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today spoke at the inauguration of the new campus of National Academy of Customs, Indirect Taxes and Narcotics in Andhra Pradesh.
आंध्र प्रदेश के गवर्नर श्रीमान एस अब्दुल नजीर जी, मुख्यमंत्री जगन मोहन रेड्डी जी, केंद्रीय मंत्रिमंडल के मेरे सहयोगी निर्मला सीतारमण जी, पंकज चौधरी जी, भागवत कराड़ जी, अन्य जनप्रतिनिधि, देवी और सज्जनों, आप सभी को नेशनल एकेडमी ऑफ कस्टम्स, इनडायरेक्ट टैक्सेस एंड नारकोटिक्स के इस शानदार कैंपस की बहुत बहुत बधाई। जिस श्री सत्य साई जिले में जिस क्षेत्र में एक कैंपस बना है वो अपने आप में विशेष है। ये क्षेत्र अध्यात्म, राष्ट्र निर्माण और सुशासन से जुड़ी हमारी विरासत का प्रतिनिधित्व करता है। आप सब जानते हैं कि पुट्टपर्ती में श्री सत्य साईं बाबा की जन्मस्थली है। ये महान स्वतंत्रता सेनानी पद्मश्री श्री कल्लुल सुब्बाराव की भूमि है। प्रसिद्ध पपेट्री आर्टिस्ट दलाभाई चलापति राव को इस क्षेत्र में ने नई पहचान दी है। इस धरती से विजयनगर के गौरवशाली राजवंश के सुशासन की प्रेरणा मिलती है। ऐसी प्रेरणादायी जगह पर नैसीन का यह नया कैंपस बना है। मुझे विश्वास है ये कैंपस गुड गवर्नेंस के नए आयाम गढ़ेगा। देश में ट्रेड और इंडस्ट्री को नई गति देगा। साथियों, आज तिरुवल्लुवर दिवस भी है। संत तिरुवल्लुवर ने कहा था, उरु पोरुलम उल्गु पोरुलम तन्वोन्नार तिरुपोलम वेंदन पोळु, यानी राजस्व के रूप में प्राप्त राजकीय कर और शत्रु से जीते हुए धन पर राजा का ही अधिकार होता है। अब लोकतंत्र में राजा तो होते नहीं, राजा तो प्रजा होती है और सरकार प्रजा की सेवा का काम करती है। इसलिए सरकार को पर्याप्त राजस्व मिलता रहे, उसमें आपकी बहुत बड़ी भूमिका है। साथियों, यहां आने से पहले मुझे पवित्र लेपाक्षी में वीरभद्र मंदिर जाने का सौभाग्य मिला है। मंदिर में मुझे रंगनाथा रामायण सुनने का अवसर मिला। मैंने वहां भक्तों के साथ भजन कीर्तन में भी हिस्सा लिया। मान्यता का है कि यहीं पास में भगवान श्री राम का जटायु से संवाद हुआ था। आप जानते हैं कि अयोध्या में श्री राम के भव्य मंदिर में प्राण प्रतिष्ठा से पूर्व मेरा 11 दिन का व्रत अनुष्ठान चल रहा है। ऐसी पुण्य अवधि में यहां ईश्वर से साक्षात आशीर्वाद पाकर मैं धन्य हो गया। आजकल तो पूरा देश राममय है, राम जी की भक्ति में सराबोर है। लेकिन साथियों, प्रभु श्री राम का जीवन विस्तार, उनकी प्रेरणा, आस्था भक्ति के दायरे से कहीं ज्यादा है। प्रभु राम गवर्नेंस के, समाज जीवन में सुशासन के ऐसे प्रतीक हैं जो आपके संस्थान के लिए भी बहुत बड़ी प्रेरणा बन सकते हैं। साथियों, महात्मा गांधी कहते थे कि राम राज्य का विचार ही सच्चे लोकतंत्र का विचार है। गांधी जी ने ऐसा कहने के पीछे वर्षों का उनका अध्ययन था, उनका दर्शन था। राम राज्य यानी एक ऐसा लोकतंत्र जहां हर नागरिक की आवाज सुनी जाती थी और उसे उचित सम्मान मिलता था। राम राज्य वासियों से कहा गया है, जो राम राज्य के निवासी थे, वहां के नागरिक थे, उनके लिए कहा गया है, राम राज्य वासी त्वम प्रोच्छस्वते शिरम न्यायार्थम युद्धस्व सर्वेषु समम चर परिपालय दुर्बलम विद्धि धर्मवरम प्रोच्चयस्वते शिरम राम राज्यवासीत्वम। अर्थात राम राज्यवासियों, अपना मस्तक ऊंचा रखो, न्याय के लिए लड़ो, सबको समान मानो, कमजोर की रक्षा करो, धर्म को सबसे ऊंचा जानो, अपना मस्तक ऊंचा रखो, तुम राम राज्य के वासी हो। राम राज्य सुशासन के इन्हीं 4 स्तंभों पर खड़ा था, जहां सम्मान से, बिना भय के हर कोई सिर ऊंचा करके चल सके, जहां हर नागरिक के साथ समान व्यवहार हो, जहां कमजोर की सुरक्षा हो और जहां धर्म यानी कर्तव्य सर्वोपरि हो। आज 21वीं सदी के आपके आधुनिक संस्थान के 4 सबसे बड़े ध्येय यही तो है। एक, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर के रूप में रूल्स और रेगुलेशंस को लागू करने वाली इकाई के रूप में आपको इस बात को हमेशा याद रखना है। साथियों, नैसिन का रोल देश को एक आधुनिक इकोसिस्टम देने का है। एक ऐसा इकोसिस्टम जो देश में व्यापार कारोबार को आसान बना सके, जो भारत को ग्लोबल ट्रेड का अहम पार्टनर बनाने के लिए और फ्रेंडली माहौल बना सके, जो टैक्स, कस्टम्स, नारकोटिक्स जैसे विषयों के माध्यम से देश में ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस को प्रमोट करे और जो गलत प्रैक्टिसेस से सख्ती से निपटे। थोड़ी देर पहले मैं कुछ नौजवान युवा ट्रेनी अफसरों से भी मिला हूं। ये अमृत काल को नेतृत्व देने वाली कर्म योगियों की अमृत पीढ़ी है। आप सभी को सरकार ने अनेक शक्तियां भी दी है। इस शक्ति का उपयोग आपके विवेक पर निर्भर करता है और इसमें भी आपको प्रेरणा प्रभु श्री राम के जीवन से मिलेगी। एक प्रसंग में भगवान राम लक्ष्मण से कहते हैं, नेयम मम मही सौम्य दुर्लभा सागरांबरा नहीं क्षयेयम धर्मेण शक्रत्वमपि लक्ष्मण। यानी मैं चाहूं तो सागर से घिरी ये धरती भी मेरे लिए दुर्लभ नहीं है, लेकिन अधर्म के रास्ते पर चलते हुए अगर मुझे इंद्रप्रस्थ भी मिले तो मैं स्वीकार नहीं करूंगा। हम तो अक्सर देखते हैं कि छोटे छोटे लालच में ही कई बार लोग अपने कर्तव्य, अपनी शपथ को भूल जाते हैं। इसलिए आप सभी अपने कार्यकाल में प्रभु राम की कही ये बात अवश्य याद रखिए।
$392 pillars, 44 doors. Prime Minister prays ahead of the big moment. Special rituals in Ayodhya. All eyes on Ram Lala.
पूरी दुनिया उत्सुकता के साथ 22 जनवरी के ऐतिहासिक क्षण का इंतजार कर रही है।
Pran Pratishtha. Rolling coverage. Only on News9 Live.
Hello and welcome. You're watching News9 Live with me, Neha Khanna. It was a wonderful surprise for Kannada singer Sivashri Skandaprasad when she was praised by none other than Prime Minister Narendra Modi for her rendition of the Kannada track Puji Salende ahead of the Pran Pratishtha or consecration ceremony at Ram Mandir in Ayodhya, which is scheduled to be held on the 22nd of January. As you can see in that tweet, the Prime Minister wrote, "This rendition by Sivashri Skandaprasad in Kannada beautifully highlights the spirit of devotion to Prabhu Sri Ram. Such efforts go a long way in preserving our rich cultural heritage." Now, Skandaprasad replied to the Prime Minister, thanking him and saying, "This is really big for a humble artist like me. Thank you for encouraging us to constantly strive towards serving Bharat and continuing our spiritual journey." All right, and joining me now is the woman of the moment, Sivashri Skandaprasad, who has been richly praised by the Prime Minister for her Kannada song, which is devoted to Lord Ram. Sivashri, welcome to News9 Live. Great to have you with us on the show. First and foremost, your thoughts on the Prime Minister's tweet praising you, your voice, your rendition, this beautiful song, which obviously attains special significance ahead of the 22nd of January. Were you taken by surprise by the Prime Minister's praise?
Oh, absolutely. I was taken by surprise. I was in fact confused for a while. I did not believe that it was Modi ji's account initially. And we had a conversation here at home. We were trying to figure if this was true, and it took a long while for me to come to terms with it. And then I pinched myself. I thought, okay, the Prime Minister tweeting a song that was rendered by me is something huge. So I'm elated at this. I'm so happy.
You know, quite interesting, you know, but one can relate to the thoughts that went through your head. You said at first you even